What if the strange things happening in your life lately aren't random at all, but signs that your entire reality is rearranging itself around you? What if every coincidence, every sudden emotion, every vivid dream, every intuitive nudge, every moment that feels too perfect to be chance, is actually evidence that your consciousness is shifting, and that the quantum field is already responding to your vibration? If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. Something inside you has been awakening quietly, steadily, almost secretly. You've felt it in small ways: the subtle pressure in your chest that comes and goes, the rising sensitivity to your surroundings, the unexpected clarity in moments of silence, the feeling that something is moving beneath the surface of your life, even if you can't explain what it is yet. A whisper in your mind saying, "Pay attention, there's something more." And deep down, a part of you already knows that you're not imagining any of this. Your vibration has changed, and reality reacted before you even noticed. Think back to the last few days. Maybe you felt more intuitive than usual. Maybe your emotions have been unusually strong, as if a deeper intelligence inside you is trying to get your attention. Maybe you've been seeing repeating numbers, meaningful symbols, unexpected patterns, small clues placed along the path of your awakening. These aren't coincidences. These are signals, responses, a feedback loop between your inner frequency and the quantum consciousness surrounding you. Modern physics is only beginning to touch what ancient traditions have whispered for thousands of years. Your energy frequency interacts with the hidden architecture of reality. Your thoughts, emotions, expectations, and subconscious intentions ripple into the quantum field long before anything appears in the physical world. You influence the field through your vibration, and the field responds by shaping the experiences you call your life. You're not just living inside a reality. You are co-creating it every second. Consider those moments when you felt a sudden wave of sadness without knowing why, or when you felt an intense burst of inspiration that came out of nowhere, or when someone you hadn't spoken to in months suddenly reached out at the exact moment you were thinking of them. These events aren't random. They're evidence of communication between your internal state and the larger field of consciousness you are connected to. What if reality has been trying to speak to you this whole time, and you're finally becoming aware enough to hear it? Because something in you is changing. Your vibration, your perception, your connection to your higher self, your relationship with the deeper layers of existence. You're stepping into a threshold between the seen and the unseen, between the world you were taught to accept and the world you're now beginning to sense with increasing clarity. And as you step closer to this truth, the universe steps closer to you. You're not imagining the intensity. You're not imagining the expansion. You're not imagining the feeling that a door is opening in your life, a door you never noticed before this very moment. Your energy has begun sending a new signal, and the quantum field is already reorganizing itself around you. People, opportunities, insights, emotions, they're shifting because you are shifting. You are not just witnessing the change, you are the change. And that is exactly why this video found you today. Not earlier, not later. Right now, at the precise moment, your consciousness is ready to see the truth behind what has already begun, what has been unfolding beneath the surface, and why nothing in your life will ever feel the same again. Because what is happening to you is real, and it's far bigger than you've realized. And what comes next will show you exactly why. Before we go deeper into what's unfolding within you, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something important. If you're still here, listening with this level of presence, it means the message is resonating with a part of you that's already awake or awakening. And when content like this resonates, it has the power to reach others who are going through the same quiet transformation you are. So, in a calm and intentional way, I invite you to engage with this space. If what you've heard so far speaks to your experience, consider liking this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm understand that this kind of content matters, that it's meaningful, and that it deserves to be shared with more people seeking clarity and expansion. If something inside you feels aligned with this journey, subscribe to the channel, not out of obligation, but because this community is growing into a place where awakening minds can recognize each other, a space where consciousness expands through shared insight and genuine connection. And if you feel comfortable, leave a comment about what part of this message touched you. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. It's through these small actions, liking, commenting, subscribing, that we strengthen the collective field around this content and make it possible for more people to access knowledge that can shift the way they see their lives. Stay open as we continue. What you're about to hear goes even deeper into the mechanisms shaping your reality right now, and it will help you understand why the sense that something is calling you isn't just a feeling, but the beginning of a much larger transformation. She never noticed the shift at first. No one ever does. It begins quietly, almost imperceptibly, the way a soft vibration moves through the air before anyone realizes the room has changed. She had been living her days on autopilot, feeling disconnected from herself, drifting through routines that no longer felt like her own. There was an emptiness she couldn't explain, a subtle aching in her chest that made no logical sense. But then, slowly, reality began responding in ways she couldn't ignore. She started seeing repeating numbers everywhere. 1111 on a clock, 222 on a receipt, 444 glowing on a building sign she had passed 100 times but never truly seen. Messages arrived at perfect moments, as if the universe itself had paused just long enough to place them directly in her path. Strangers said things she had been thinking only a few hours before. People reappeared in her life with uncanny timing. Tiny fractures in the ordinary began revealing a deeper, hidden architecture beneath her everyday experience. She tried to dismiss it, to rationalize it away, to convince herself it was coincidence. But the signs only intensified. The moment that finally broke her resistance happened during an evening when she thought, for the first time in years, about changing her life. Not dramatically, just a quiet internal shift, a simple thought that said, "I can't keep living like this." Minutes later, her phone rang. The call brought an opportunity she had secretly longed for, something she had never spoken aloud, something no one else could possibly have known she needed, and in that instant she felt it. The unmistakable recognition that the quantum field had responded to her internal vibration, that her energy frequency had aligned with a new path, that her subconscious mind had stopped whispering and had begun creating. This is the moment most people never talk about, the moment reality answers, the moment the boundaries between inner and outer dissolve, and you realize you are interacting with something far more intelligent than randomness. This is where quantum consciousness becomes more than an idea. It becomes lived experience. Every emotion, every subtle shift, every rise or fall in her vibrational frequency began shaping the possibilities around her. Her awakening wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, precise, undeniable. And once she allowed herself to feel it, her perception widened. She began noticing how each thought carried weight, how her energy influenced the conversations she had, the opportunities that emerged, the direction her life leaned toward. The quantum field listens. It responds. It mirrors what you are, not what you pretend to be. Your life is not random. Your vibration is an instruction to the quantum field. Nothing responds faster than reality when your frequency changes. And if you felt something similar, a shift, a sign, an inner nudge you can't explain, don't say anything yet. Just stay with me. Let your awareness open at its own pace. Your awakening doesn't need to be forced. It only needs to be recognized. If any part of this feels familiar, if you've sensed these subtle alignments in your own life, I invite you to interact consciously with this space. A like, a comment, a subscription helps this message reach others experiencing the same quiet transformation. It strengthens the field around this community and supports more people who are beginning to raise their vibration and step into their own quantum reality. And as we move forward, the story deepens, because what happens next in this journey reveals why these signs began appearing in your life in the first place. The truth is that the moment she felt that inner shift, something far beyond her conscious understanding was already in motion. What most people never realize is that the quantum field is not some distant force floating somewhere above their lives. It is responding from inside them, constantly mirroring the state of their own vibration. Modern research confirms that the human heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, radiating far beyond the physical form. This field interacts continuously with the quantum field, influencing which possibilities collapse into reality and which ones remain only potential. Every feeling you allow, every emotion you suppress, every belief held in your subconscious mind becomes part of that broadcast. What you feel becomes a code, what you think becomes a wave, and your expanding consciousness becomes the observer that gives shape to everything you experience. This is why the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. Your vibration is the signal. Reality is the echo. The shift this woman experienced wasn't accidental. It was a direct consequence of a new frequency rising inside her, one that her outer world had no choice but to reflect. The tiny signs she noticed were the first hints of a deeper alignment forming beneath the surface. Her perception began to widen, her awareness sharpened, and as her energy frequency elevated, the events around her shifted to match. The quantum field listens with absolute precision. It doesn't judge, analyze, or negotiate. It simply reflects coherence. When your internal world becomes clearer, calmer, more aligned, your external world reorganizes accordingly. Imagine your frequency as a lighthouse in the field of infinite possibilities. Wherever your light points, reality bends toward you. The people you meet, the opportunities that appear, the challenges that arise, all of them are drawn to the energy you're radiating. This is why two people can live through the same experiences yet perceive them entirely differently. Their inner frequencies are selecting different versions of the world. The hidden architecture of reality responds to perception itself. What you're aligned with finds you, not because you chase it, but because your vibration makes it inevitable. And maybe you felt this too, a moment where you sensed something shift inside you, and suddenly your outer world seemed to rearrange itself. A chance encounter, a message that arrived at the perfect moment, an answer to a question you never spoke aloud. If you felt even a small version of this, tell me in the comments where in your life reality has responded to you lately. I truly want to read your story. Your words help build a field of resonance around this community, making it easier for others who are experiencing their own awakening to recognize themselves in your experience. If this message is resonating with you, if it feels like truth in your body rather than just an idea in your mind, consider liking this video or subscribing to the channel. It's a quiet but powerful way to support the growth of a space dedicated to consciousness expansion and the deeper understanding of how energy shapes reality. Your engagement helps the algorithm recognize the value of this content, allowing it to reach others who may be seeking clarity but haven't yet found the words for what they're feeling. And as we continue, what comes next will take you deeper into the mechanics of your own awakening, into the parts of you that have been waiting for this moment of awareness, ready to show you what your emerging vibration is already calling into your life. As your awareness continues to open, something remarkable begins to unfold inside the very fabric of your life. Every elevated emotion you allow yourself to feel, whether it's clarity, gratitude, courage, or even the quiet relief of letting something go, changes the field around you. These emotions don't stay inside your body. They radiate outward, altering the energetic patterns that surround you. And the moment your vibration rises, the quantum field begins reorganizing itself to match the new signal you're sending. This is why synchronicities seem to multiply when you're going through a desperate or a spiritual. The right people show up without explanation. Opportunities you once believed were out of reach begin appearing naturally. What once seemed impossible slowly becomes inevitable, because your internal frequency is selecting new versions of reality that already exist within the campo quantico. Your vibration is not a feeling, it's a creative force. You are manifesting realities long before your conscious mind understands what's happening. When the heart shifts, the world responds. Modern research shows that the heart emits an electromagnetic field far stronger than the brain's, influencing everything around you in ways subtle but profound. This is why a single internal shift can rearrange your external circumstances. Your heart is a quantum transmitter, broadcasting signals into a field that listens without judgment or delay. When your inner world becomes coherent, your outer world becomes aligned. Think of the person who spent years doubting themselves, carrying the weight of their own limitations. For a long time, their vibration reflected fear, confusion, and self-doubt, so their reality mirrored that. But then something small yet powerful happened. One morning, they whispered to themselves, "I'm ready for something different." It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was honest. In that moment, the mente subconsciente loosened its grip on the old identity. Their energy shifted just enough for the field to take notice. Within days, synchronicities began. They met someone who offered guidance they didn't know they needed. A new opportunity emerged from a direction they hadn't been looking toward. Conversations opened doors that had been closed for years. Nothing was forced. Nothing was chased. It all began with a small internal change, a moment of higher self-connection that awakened their natural ability to create through mind power, coherence, and the law of attraction. This is how manifestation techniques work beneath the surface, not as wishful thinking but as energetic alignment. When your internal vibration shifts, Your external reality must follow. This is the hidden architecture of consciousness expansion, the quiet intelligence of energy shaping your path. And if you're feeling any of this happening inside you, if your life has been rearranging itself in ways you can't logically explain, it's because your vibration is already creating your future, right now, in real time. You're not imagining the acceleration. You're not imagining the synchronicities. You're not imagining the feeling that you're being pulled towards something bigger. Your energy is selecting new timelines, new experiences, new versions of yourself that are waiting to be lived. And if you're still here, listening with this level of presence, it's because something inside you knows this is real. So, if this message resonates with your experience, consider hitting the like button so this video can wake up more people who are beginning the same journey. And if you feel aligned with this space, subscribe to join a community growing through awareness, intention, and expansion. Stay close now, because the next part will take you into the deeper reason all of this has been happening to you, why these shifts began, and what they're leading you toward. There's a reason you found this video today. There's a reason the signs around you have been intensifying, why the synchronicities are getting louder, why reality seems to be rearranging itself at a pace you've never experienced before. And there's a reason you've been feeling that subtle pull in your chest, the quiet sensation that something is calling you from a place just beyond your current perception. What you've been noticing isn't random, and it isn't coincidence. It's the result of a deeper shift happening inside your own conscientia quantica, a shift that is activating parts of your energy you haven't accessed in years, maybe ever. As your vibration rises, you become more sensitive to the hidden movements of the campo quantico. You begin to feel the difference between thought and intuition, between impulse and guidance, between coincidence and resonance. And that sensitivity is what creates the unmistakable sense that your life is aligning with something bigger than anything you've consciously chosen. When your conscientia expands, your perception widens, and the quantum field responds instantly. It's not responding to your words or your wishes, it's responding to your frequency. Every time you release an old fear or step into a moment of clarity, every time you follow an intuitive nudge or allow yourself to feel a deeper truth, your vibration shifts. And when it does, reality accelerates. Events begin to unfold in rapid, almost synchronized patterns. You start meeting the right people at the right time. Opportunities that once seemed distant begin appearing effortlessly. Conversations open doors you didn't even know existed. This acceleration is one of the clearest signs of a desperate or a spiritual in motion. Your inner world is calling forth a new external reality, and the universe is responding with a precision that feels almost supernatural. But what most people don't realize is that this acceleration is not random. It's activated. The quantum field responds with far more intensity to those who are awake. When your perception pierces through the layers of your realidad oculta, when you begin to recognize that your subconscious mind is not just storing memories but actively broadcasting frequencies, you step into a different kind of interaction with life. You stop moving through the world unconsciously, and the world stops behaving unconsciously toward you. Suddenly, the thoughts you think carry more weight. The emotions you feel ripple outward with greater strength. The intentions you hold begin shaping the energetic pathways around you. And this shift creates a magnetic pull, as if your frequency is being drawn toward a higher reality that has been waiting for you to reach its threshold. You might have felt this pull in moments when you're alone, when the noise of the world fades, and you can finally hear your own energy speaking clearly. A sense of anticipation, without explanation. A feeling that something is about to change, but you can't quite articulate what it is. A quiet confidence that rises within you for no reason at all. This sensation is not imagination. It is the quantum field calling you toward alignment with a higher version of yourself, an expanded state of perception that your conscious mind is only beginning to understand. You're not just responding to the universe. Your vibration is being called by it, pulled forward, guided, activated. And the deeper truth is that this calling doesn't come from outside you. It rises from the same field you are made of, the same consciousness that lives behind your thoughts, the same energy that has been shaping your life long before you ever became aware of it. You're not stepping into something new. You're remembering something ancient, something deeply familiar, something that has always been connected to you, waiting for the moment your frequency would rise enough to feel its presence. If any part of this resonates with you, if you've been sensing this calling in your own life, I invite you to share your presence in the comments. You can write something simple like, I awaken, I see beyond, or I am expanding. Your words help anchor this field, connect you with others on the same path, and strengthen the energy of this community in ways the algorithm can't measure but the quantum field can. Because the real reason you feel something calling you is much deeper than vibration. And that's exactly what we'll reveal in the next video. If this message reached you today, don't leave without interacting. Your vibration brought you here, but your decision in this moment shapes where your reality goes next. Share your experience in the comments so others can recognize themselves in your journey. Subscribe if you're ready for the next step of your awakening. And when this video ends, continue your expansion by watching the next one. The real reason you feel like something is calling you. Your awakening is not an accident, and it starts now.